Online classes, are they for everyone? Well, some may think no, some may think yes. Personally, I think online classes are the way to go. Flexibility. Who doesn't like flexibility? You know, you can do your homework when you want, you can study when you want, you don't have to sit in a lecture. It has the ease of accessibility. If you're on a vacation, you can still do your homework. If you're on a plane, you can still work on Wi-Fi and do your homework. You can do homework in the car. You can do homework anywhere and everywhere. It makes it really nice and convenient to get your school studies done. There's a range of options, so many different degree programs. More universities and colleges are going to more of an online kind of learning, so you can get a lot of degrees all online. It also allows you to control when and where you want to study. If you want to study in your bedroom, you can study in your bedroom. If you want to study on the couch, study on the couch. It makes it a lot more relaxing and a lot better of a learning environment because you can choose a quiet place to work on your school studies and you don't have to feel anxious with people around you and all the pressure of being in a classroom with other people. Online classes are less intimidating because you don't have to actually go to a face-to-face classroom. So with people with a lot of anxiety or just really nervous people or people that can't sit still, online classes may be the way to go because you can get up whenever you want. As long as you get your work done by the deadline, they don't care what you do in between. Online communication, you talk with your classmates through forums or through doing video chats or uploading videos as a way of communication, and that a lot of times is a good means to learn how to communicate that way, because when you get into the business field, a lot of times you do chat on a technical basis using emails, forums, webcam chats, that sort of thing. It gives you time to absorb the material. You can read it, you can think about it. You don't have to try to absorb all the material right from the instructor's lectures and try to remember it all. It gives you time to actually learn yourself and learn at a pace that is convenient for you. Money saving options. You save money because the classes are cheaper, the teacher doesn't have to be there at all times, so you don't pay usually as much for online education. You're saving on transportation, wear and tear on your car, gas, so that helps in the long run. You don't usually have expensive textbooks because with online learning, you can purchase an e-textbook and you can do all your learning on the e-textbook, and a lot of times the class does the online learning with the homework and the tests. You can get usually a package deal and it's a lot cheaper. With being successful with online learning, you have to remember that you have technical requirements. You have to have usually a computer, Wi-Fi. You have to have all the things that you need to learn at your house or at your place of learning, because the school is not going to be able to provide it at your home. You need to keep a calendar with your due dates so that you have everything in order, because there is deadlines. There's nobody to remind you. If you have something due, you have to remember it and you have to get it done and submit it on time to get the grade that you want. There's no teacher saying, this next week class you have this due. There's none of that. You have to read the course materials. There's no lecture. There's no one telling you, this is what you should be learning, this is how far along you should be progressing, and this is how you should understand the material. You need to be able to read the material and comprehend it for your test. You can learn in your own environment, but you should try to find a quiet place to learn. If you didn't have a quiet place to learn, you're not going to absorb the material and the test is going to be really hard. You need to know your goals. You need to know that in the long run, you're going to have your degree, you're going to complete your course, and that you need to focus on your schooling and get through it so that you can get your degree. According to the Huffington Post, they say, I strongly believe that the future of higher education lies within online learning. I think that it really does, because with today's working Americans, we're always going, and so online learning really allows us to fit it into our time schedule. And the U.S. News said more than 4 million people enrolled in at least one online class last semester. So the numbers are definitely growing. But however, there are also some drawbacks to online education. There's isolation. There's no one-to-one communication with people. There's no human interaction, so sometimes you lack that. And then there's health concerns, eye strain, being around technical equipment all the time, bad posture, and just not getting out there and interacting with other people can sometimes pose health concerns that people are a little worried about. It's also harder to focus, and it's harder to meet your deadlines. According to the New York Times, online education is a one-size-fits-all endeavor. So there's no real broad on who can do it. It's kind of if you fit that specific personnel, then you should do online education. But if you can't meet deadlines on your own and stay focused, it's probably not for you. And they say that it tends to be a monologue and not real dialogue, because there's no real talking. You're mainly reading and having to go off of your learning, things like that. So all in all, I think online education is a great way to get your degree. As long as you are dedicated, self-determination, and hardworking, you should have no problem at all with online education. And I think as more and more people get involved in it, the numbers will continue to grow, and it will be one of the most popular ways of getting a degree. Thank you.